Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Goss. I wanted to react to Dapper Dev's video. Have you noticed how fast the time seems to be going now? Something is off. Shout out to Dapper Dev. I've watched a lot of his videos, and he makes a lot of good content. So go check him out. Go give him a like and a sub, and let's get into it. Let's react to what he has to say about all this. I'm looking forward to talking to you guys about it. So here we go.
Time doesn't feel real anymore. I've struggled with this for a while. I was actually going to make this video about a month and a half ago, but held off. The feeling is still there, though. This hasn't gotten any better. Ever since COVID, I feel like time and space, the world around me, my life, the perception of it through my
First of all, are you still not able to say COVID on the internet now? I just don't understand how like YouTube is so sensitive about all this stuff. Like you can't say a word without your whole like app or your website just glitching and not realizing what to do with it. People have opinions. You should let people express their opinions. No matter what it is, I understand that back in the day there were people talking, some nonsense, but a lot of it was true, and a lot of it came out as true. People thought the people that were nuts talking about all this stuff, it actually came out to be true. So just let them say the word. Like the fact that people have to say COVID and certain other words and stuff like that, it's just ridiculous. I get some words you gotta kind of censor and stuff like that, but for you not to have to say the big cough, it's kind of nuts to me. Not sure why it's glitching like that.
through my eyes and through my experience is not in line with the world around me. I feel like something happened to where we're not in unison anymore. I feel like the world is moving faster than I am, or we're off. If I was going to give some kind of an analogy or some kind of a way to describe what I feel, I would explain it like this. I feel like life in itself is, or time itself or whatnot, is almost like this old school dial on a radio, and you can tune in a radio station. And when things are what and where they should be, the station is just dialed in perfect. You guys know that feeling if you're old enough to use an old radio. I feel like since Kufid, something bumped the dial. You know, I have this lingering feeling in the back of my head at all times that something's off. Time and space is off.
Ever since 2020, time has been off and everything has been off. It just does not seem the same anymore. Just everything. Um, like people just seem unhappy. They're just not the same. I remember even just going to like Kroger and wearing this shirt, and like guys would come up to me and give me the too sweet, and like there would be like cool shirt, man, cool this and everything, and that might still happen today. I haven't really worn their shirt out and everything like that, but I feel like that wouldn't happen today. I think people are miserable now. And I understand why, the inflation and just how much everything is. People don't have a lot of money to enjoy their life. They don't have a lot of happiness anymore just because everything has just been just hell ever since 2020, I feel. It's starting to slowly get better, when it comes to that. At least we don't have to wear masks anymore, but just no, it's just not the same. It just, like he says, there's just something off. There's just something in the thing that's off about everything. People's moods have changed, the happinesses have changed. Like people can't even afford anything anymore. It's nuts. You can't afford anything. I'm in that same boat. Things that I could afford like 3 years ago, I can't afford now. Like my wife and I and kids, we used to just go shopping like Marshalls or just stores, and we can't do that anymore. We can't do that anymore, man. It's nuts. You just can't afford it anymore. Everything's gone up or everything like that. It's better. I think it's better for us. We kind of realize that, hey, if once you don't you can't buy a lot of stuff anymore, you kind of appreciate the things you have and that the people around you. You know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of things that we do enjoy, like thrift stores and secondhand stuff that I recently just got into maybe like 7, 8 years ago and stuff. I like better than just kind of going to department stores. Sometimes I do like online shopping, but yeah, it's just it's not the same, guys. It's really not. I wish that sometimes you just wish that you can kind of go back to before 2020. Everything just seemed a little different.
It doesn't feel right. And it feels just like that. Like somebody bumped the knob of the radio that is the tuning of the world around me. And it's just, I'm not quite on the station.
I still use
I'm
a
off a
radio in
little
my
bit.
car. I have a 2012 car. I
I
still
remember
use the
before
radio.
COVID, Monday felt like Monday, Sunday felt like Sunday, Fridays felt like Fridays. I find myself now daily having this strange feeling of things aren't what they seem to be. Does that make sense? Before COVID,
Koofid.
my whole world was different. I feel like the world we live in today is a different life than that. And of course, in many ways, you can say that it was, right? But I'm talking about just the linear time itself seems different. And I sound like a wild hippie lunatic when I say this. And I can't explain myself as clear as maybe someone else can. But I just can't help but feel like something weird happened. I feel like I'm aging faster. I feel like I find myself constantly saying, man, I can't believe it's already Friday. I can't believe it's already July. Or I can't believe it's already 20.
Yeah, me, I'm gonna be 37 next month. Like, I totally like get what he talks about the aging thing. Like, 3 or 4 years ago, I felt like I looked a lot younger than I used to. Like, people would tell me, like, I would say my age and be like, what, you are? Like, I would say I'm 32 and like, oh, I thought you were like 25 or something like that. I feel like I have aged like at least 5 years in the last like few years. And now I don't know if that's because of like stress and just having kids sometimes and just the things with life, just with things with the economy right now, if that's aging me or something like that. I don't think that there's really anything in the air aging people or anything like that. Uh, I just think that it might be like the stress. You know how like you hear about Gen Z looking a lot older and stuff like that? I think it's just stress. I think it's a lot of it is people are just aging faster because of all the stresses in their life. And yeah, we need to knock that off. We gotta look smooth as butter for as long as we can, guys. So we really do. I gotta start moisturizing again. I used to moisturize all the time, but I haven't been doing it the last year. I need to start doing it. Bill Burr said it best, like take your vitamins and moisturize. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. I do take my vitamins, but I do need to get some moisturizer. I just can't afford it. The one I have is like $20. So, but maybe I could find something cheaper. But like I said, I think that stresses in your life do cause you to age a lot faster.
25. Do you guys realize for me personally, like 2020 until now is all just a blur. It's literally a blur to me.
It's gone
It's
by fast.
one big blur and I can't
Ridiculously
decipher
fast.
1 year from the other. I don't remember any differentiating factors between any year from 2020 till now. Or right around 2020. I literally can't. It's all a big blur. You realize how freaky that is to feel like I've lost that time? I almost feel like... Do you guys remember that Simpsons episode? To any of you that watched The Simpsons, you guys remember that Simpsons episode when they find that portal or whatever that was in the closet or in the wall? And they go into that portal and they're in that different universe? You remember that? That's kind of how I feel.
Is that the one where Homer and Bart go into the wall and they turn into like kind of like 2D or 3D and they look like they're in like some different universe or something like that? Or is it the one where I thought it was like I know that one I thought is Treehouse of Horror. I thought there was another one that kind of looked like a green portal that kind of looked like Rick and Morty's portal I don't know if that's the one he's talking about, but yeah, whenever he says Simpsons references, I'm just like, yeah, I like the Simpsons. My brother's favorite. My brother has, I think, seen every single Simpsons episode ever. You know how like me, I kind of stopped watching the Simpsons like maybe, I don't know, around 2000 is when it really, like, I stopped kind of watching it, and then I would kind of be on and off, and like I literally probably haven't watched it since like 2004. Like at like maybe on, I've seen a few episodes on TV and stuff like that, and I still watch the reruns, but like when it came to like stop watching the Simpsons, I'd stopped around like 2004. I think then it kind of got, a little bit, where not running out of good ideas. It's actually good now, actually. It's just kind of one of those things where just kind of after a while you kind of just stop watching it. But no, it's still funny. I think it's still funny. It's still going. Like I said, my brother's knows like every single episode, pretty much. I think so. But yeah, I think that's the episode he's talking about.
I feel like I'm myself, but I feel like I was slipped into some time traveling machine or some parallel universe. And it's not like massively different. I just feel off. Going back to that radio analogy, I feel like the station's not crystal clear. It's not perfectly tuned in. I feel like someone bumped the dial and there's some static. The station, the world that I'm tuned into, is off. And I talk to tons of people that feel the same way. I've had a lot of people use this analogy that gets thrown around all the time of, well, that's just your perception as you get older, because when you were a kid, summertime felt like forever, because that was just your perceived amount of time, and as you get older, a summer's like, no, it's not that. It's not that. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is this feeling of, is lost time the right word? Or feeling like I'm out of place. Or maybe the world around me is out of place. I've talked to people from 18 years old to in their 70s that agree with me, but
Yeah, going back to what he was saying about, I had a thing I wanted to say, but now I kind of lost. Oh, about yeah, like summer vacation seemed to like go really slow when you were young, and when you're young, it just everything seemed to take forever. Then you get older, it's like 2 months of summer vacation like goes by like that when you're older, man. Like literally 2 months can just go by just like that, but when you're a kid, it just like kind of goes by slow. But no, man, he's totally spot on about everything, man. Everything has just changed in the last it's been like 10 years. Everything has just been changed. Like everybody's obsessed with politics, everybody's obsessed with their everything, like ideologies and things like that, and it's just like those things are important and everything like that, but if you focus so much on that, you're going to be miserable, man. Why do you think all those like news people look absolutely miserable? Like, have you seen Matt Walsh? I like his stuff, but like, have you seen him? He looks absolutely miserable, man. Everybody. Fox News, CNN. Can you imagine talking about politics all day long? Negative stuff all day long? That will like wreck you like spiritually, mentally. Like people need to just like not take everything in life so seriously, you know? It's just like with politics and everything has just been taken so seriously. Like people didn't care about all that stuff back for like became president and stuff like that. People just need to knock it off and go back to how they were.
nobody can really pinpoint the feeling. Nobody can quite pinpoint this feeling. And going back to the video I made before, I made a video not too long ago about how people don't seem to feel things like they used to. Looking back now, as I'm brainstorming right now in this video, thinking out loud, looking back now, maybe I was off in that video. I blamed the cell phones or the smartphones, and I blamed what they've done in disconnecting the human element of life. And I think it's more than that. I think it's more than that. I think that what I was talking about in that video somewhat applies to this video. Something weird happened, and again, this sounds like some hippie shit. There is something to life with our spirit and our soul and energy and chemistry and like that alignment with the world. It's not quite the same anymore.
Your iPhone 17 needs a mouse case. And here's why. When people get the new...
I still get ads, unfortunately.
That point I made in that other video about humans not feeling things like
That's
they
one
used to
thing
being
that
off.
I want once things
I can
get back
equate
to
that to this
just
video
get
as well.
right with
It's
things.
almost
I just
like
need to get ad-free YouTube.
I was gonna say we've all changed, like I did in that video, but I wonder if something weird happened to where the world around us changed, and we're all just feeling off. I've seen some people talk about what is that, CERN, or like trying to split an atom or some weird thing and making a parallel universe. I'm butchering that, so if any of you have knowledge of what I'm discussing or what I'm talking about, can you put it down below? Because I don't know much about that, but I've heard people talk about that. I'm going to look into that when I end this video. I want to learn a little bit more about that. It almost feels like something like that. Like I said, it's almost like that Simpsons episode when they go into the wall and they're in that different universe. That's almost how this feels. Time is different. The days are just ripping by. And I can't distinguish one day from the other, it feels like. I can't even distinguish.
Yeah, going back to the phone thing is getting ridiculous. Like, I'm kind of starting for the first time ever since I kind of started using a phone. Like, back in, like, 2013, like, a smartphone. Like, I'm kind of getting tired of it. Luckily, like I said in other videos, I don't have social media or anything. I have, like, X, but I barely use it. But, I'm so glad that I don't, like, have to, like, get, have to feel like I need to get on social media and look at stuff and have, like, what's it called, the FOMO or whatever. Like, it's ruining everything, man. It's just ruining life. Like, I get that there's a lot of positives with phones and everything like that, but man, things were just so much better when we didn't have phones. It really was. Things were just simpler. It was just such a better life, man. It was just looking at your phone all the time and just thinking you're missing out on stuff like that. I really wish that people would just kind of go back to, maybe like, flip phones or something like that, but I just think we're kind of too far gone at this point, or we just need it so much with our phones. There's just so much on it where we need it. We need it to kind of get through life sometimes, like our banking's on there, like if our maps, everything's on there. Some people use it for their phones for work and everything like that. So I just wish that we could just get to the point where we could just be like, I don't want to use my phone, put it in your pocket and just like move on with your day and stuff like that. So I think people are kind of realizing it. I think we are starting to wake up a little bit. But no, he's not tripping about this at all. He's on to something. He just knows what he's talking about. Everything, like I said, everything has been off. Everything's off. It's just we're just literally just walking with no purpose, no direction, just no happiness. And I think it is a mixture of too much technology, too much caring about politics and what other people like think about it or don't think about it. And I used to be that way. I used to kind of be onto that like 5 years ago and stuff. And I realized that I do not want to be like that anymore, man. I really don't. I want to, like, I still have my political opinions and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's like, just let people just be themselves. And, if they do say something you don't like, just move on. Just move on. It's not going to change their opinion, probably, no matter how hard you try to fight them about it. So, like I said, too many phones, too much technology, nothing. You can't seem to, like, have friends anymore. People aren't, like, dating anymore, having good relationships. They hate their jobs. They hate their work. It's just, like, you can't find a house. You can't find anything. Like, it's just a mess. And I think we need to go back to simplicity.
Was 1 year from the next since like 2020. I literally can't distinguish much difference between anything. It's all a big blur, one amalgamated blur of years that have just gone by, and I feel like it was a blink. I feel like I was abducted by aliens, and I have all this lost time that I can't account for. That's how I feel. And I don't know if it's just the adaptation of going through such a crazy time with COVID, and we're just not really back to normal. Is it that? That's what I wrote this off as for a long time, but now I'm starting to think it's not that. I'm starting to think it's something different. I'm starting to think something like physically or spiritually or whatever happened. And going back to what I said at the beginning of the video, like the tuner on an old school radio, the dial is not dialed in perfect like it should be or like it used to be. The station is not coming in clear. We're off. We're off. I feel like my time or my perception of time and my going through my day and the world around me, you used to do this. Now I feel like one's like moving, they're off, man. I'm not smart enough to explain this properly. I wish I was, but
No, it's not hippie stuff, man. It's just like you said, the radio. It's like whenever you try to tune in that radio, you're getting like the rock station that you want, but it's like mixing in with the other station. You can't hear it correctly. You can't. It's not coming in clear. That's totally like how it's been feeling. Nothing is clear. Nothing is just right down the middle, a strike. It's just everything is just like the guy off a little league said or whatever the baseball. It's like just a bit outside. That's really like life lately. Just a bit outside, way outside. Like walking Barry Bonds, 4 times a day. It's 4 times a game. It's just that outside. So no, it's just he's right about everything. Everything is off. Sadly, everything is just not the same. How do we fix it? I think we need to get off our phones a lot more, talk to our family a lot more, try to relax a lot more, try to not take things so seriously sometimes. Fix your finances. I know that it seems impossible, but I'm telling you, if you get on a budget, it does help. My wife and I have been doing that, and we like actually have money. We have money because we're budgeting. Like it actually is, something that, you can do. So I would encourage you to do that. But yeah, he's not kidding about that stuff. So anyway, go follow Dapper Dev. He makes a lot of great stuff about everything. Great guy. I've talked to him a few times on his comments and stuff like that. So seems like a really nice guy. So yeah, go give him a like and a follow. And if you like this kind of content, like it if you can. If you liked it, it will bump it to other people in the YouTube algorithm and give it to people that might like it as well. So subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. I think I might want to start doing a little bit more reaction videos. It's not going to be like my whole channel, at least not yet anyway. I still want to make like independent stuff. So, but yeah, go check out Dapper Dev, and I will see you guys in the next video, and hopefully I can make another one for you guys. So take care. Bye.